way back, like that you're like laying on her back, like as far back as you can, way more, like as far back as you possibly can. So like you're laying on her back. Yep. Okay, so do you feel it where your butt is making contact to the saddle? So this is how your butt should make contact in the saddle all the time. Mind blowing, isn't it? And it's really hard to do, and the only way to really get that feeling is to lean back right like that, right? But that's the direction that your pelvis needs to be in all the time, with your bum tucked in the back and your pelvis tilted up in the front. And that's the same thing. You want her body to emulate the same thing, right? Pelvis tucked in under in the back, shoulders up in front, right? So this is how we start to talk about how we use our body position in our seat, to influence the horse's balance. So when you get a little too perched forward, it tilts your pelvis in a way that pushes the energy backwards and not lifting it forward, right? And it also puts your center of gravity a little bit more over her shoulders versus over her hindquarters. And so what do we want in dressage? We want to lower their hindquarters and lift their shoulders. So if you're putting your weight a little bit more forward, then you're actually making it harder for her to sit down behind and lift up in front. Does that make sense? So you really want to think that with your body position, you emulate what you want her body position to be. You want to be tucked and scooped in your pelvis, down in your back, the back of your pelvis, and up in the front. And that you post your hips up in front of your shoulders and you open your chest. Okay? Yeah, her nose is too much to the inside here. Yeah, you don't want to pull back. Pull up on that polo. Right? So push her right shoulder to the left, her outside shoulder to the inside with your outside leg. Drop your elbows and pull up on that polo. Yep, hands together. Hands together. Yep, and pull up on your polo. Exactly. Yeah, the more pressure that you put on her mouth, the more resistant she's going to be, right? You have to create steady contact that's light and soft but connected in a steady way. And then you have to use your body to shape her body to come onto the bit. So right now she's falling to the right shoulder, and that's why her head is in here. It has nothing to do with her face. So you need to push her right shoulder, her outside shoulder, to the inside with your outside leg, hip. There you go. See the difference? So it's not her face that needs to have pressure put on it. It's that you need to ride her body into alignment with your body. Does that make sense? So you only want to try to use your hand when she really needs something done with her face. And the rest of the time you want to try to use your body. Like here, she's falling to the outside shoulder. Can you feel that? Mm-hmm. So when she does that, I want to see your outside elbow smush into your outside hip. And I want to see you push with your right hip and your right abs and squeeze your fist on the right rein and push her with your right leg back away from the right side. And then when she's going like this and she's in alignment, then you can relax. And if she pushes into it, then you push back a little bit. Does that make sense? All right, let me see a little canter. Upper body back. Yeah, you don't want your center of gravity over her shoulders. You want the back over her hindquarters. Keeping her nose in the middle, pulling up on that polo. Keeping her nose, look up, look to the outside. Her nose to the outside. So drop your outside elbow and stay back on your outside seat bone. Does that make sense? So you want to keep thinking that the outside seat bone stays stuck to the saddle here. Because you have the tendency to get a little bit too loading your inside seat bone and off of your outside seat bone. Yeah. Pull up on your polo. Out. Yeah, her nose stays in the middle of her chest, not to the inside. Yep. Pull up on your polo, not down on her mouth, up on your polo, yep. And push her outside shoulder to the inside. Good, outside shoulder to the inside. Yep, turn on a circle and take her nose a little to the outside. Outside, more than that. Take her nose to the outside. More. And forward, yeah, nose to the outside, more than that. More, come on, let me see it. Yeah, you still have her nose to the inside. Take her nose to the outside and push her more with your outside aids. There. Good. Yeah, nose to the outside. Don't give in. More. Nose to the outside. And forward. And nose to the outside. More. There you go. Stay there. Don't give it away. You had it for a second. Take her nose to the outside again. More than that. More. Drop your outside elbow. You gotta do it. There. Keep her nose to the outside. She's like, I can't canter anymore. Keep her nose to the outside, even here. Can you feel that you have her nose to the inside all the time? Yeah, so don't do that. Even if it's her doing it, you have to say, no, this is not correct, right? Because she's not gonna come on the bit and become balanced in her shoulders until she's aligned in her shoulders. And the more you take her nose to the inside, the more her outside shoulder's gonna fall out. And then she's going to fall out of alignment. So even here, take her nose to the outside. More than that. Exaggerate it for me. Yep, there. That's where her nose has to be in the canter. Got it? You're like, intellectually, I get it. Nose to the outside. More than that. More. Nose to the outside. I know it's so hard. She's like, I don't want to. Yep. But you've got to push her around with your outside aids too. Right? And this is the hard part. Nose to the outside. Even there. Nose to the outside. More. Exaggerate it for one circle. Yep. More than that. More. Nose to the outside. Don't give it up. Don't do it. Let her run into the wall if she wants to. Don't give it up. You got it. There you go. Keep it to the outside. Feel that? Do you feel how she starts to come into alignment and then she starts to come on the bit all by herself? Good girl. Keep her nose to the outside. Push her. The more that you can use your body, the less you're going to have to do it with your rein. Okay? So you're going to want it, when I'm saying nose to the outside, I also want you to be pushing with your outside hip, your outside abs, your outside leg, your outside knee, whatever you need to do to move her shoulder to the inside there. Does that make sense? Give me one more this way. Because you're so close to really getting it. Yup. It's okay. Nose to the outside. More than that. Take your nose. Drop your outside elbow. Pick your outside hand up. And drop your outside elbow. Yep. Now forward. Right? Because the part right when it gets really good, that's also the part that's really hard for her. Right? And that's why she keeps breaking. One more time. Good. And nose to the outside. Push her with your outside aids. Go forward. Allow with your inside rein. Give a little on your inside rein. Come. Outside. With your outside leg. Forward. Outside leg. Yes! Good. And let her trot. Give your inside hand a little. Good job. Pat her long. Could you feel that? That was much better. Give her a long rein.